Okay, so here is our second last segment, and this is the baking day. So really quickly, I have 2 loaves just taken out of the fridge. They have been in the fridge for about a day and a half, like 24 hours and another half day. And I want you to see the equipment that I guess that you would need to do this last step. Come over here and you see my really well-used baking pots. So the recommended, I guess, baking vessel for this style of bread is either a ceramic Dutch oven or a cast iron Dutch oven with a fairly tight fitting lid. So these lids go right on like this, and so you want to get a pot and a lid, and these ones are technically cold. So these are, I already baked a couple of loaves, so these can start coming down in temperature. They do not have to be scorching hot. They do not have to be preheated. Again, this is one of the advantages of this recipe that I found, is that you're not going to waste time and energy putting these in your oven and you know, spending half an hour to an hour. I know some people do. Getting these to temp. These can be literally taken off your shelf, cold, cold, cold. My oven is a convection oven, and I set it to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have just a regular oven, I would go as high as 475, maybe even 500 degrees. It depends on how comfortable you are with your oven. We kind of want a fairly hot temperature, but I'm comfortable with 450 convection, so that's about 475 regular. I always use parchment paper as the base of my bread baking. It can withstand the temperature, and it also helps to get the dough into and out of your pot. One of the little tricks that I learned online is to actually make this paper fit your loaf. So I'm just going to quickly show you the little pattern that I have learned to work with. You don't have to do this. This is just one of those things that I tried and it just worked well for me, but you can totally use just a square of parchment paper. So get that out of the way, and you're going to need a very sharp, very sharp knife, preferably not serrated, or if you can get a hold of just plain old safety razors, then this is sharp enough, thin enough to make really good scores in your bread. It doesn't really matter. Knives are just fine. What I wanted to do in this video specifically is show you how easy it is to get your dough out of its sort of resting basket into the pot. I actually haven't seen a lot of videos that do this, but I learned to do this on my own, and I just wanted to show you just how easy it is to do. So nothing gets flopped around. You don't risk sort of dropping your dough or anything. All you do is just use your hands. So as you can see, the dough has rested. It has not risen. This cold retard is not for any kind of lift in the bread. It's, in my opinion, it's just for developing flavor. So I'm going to do 2 in a row so you can see just how easy it is. So you're going to take your square of parchment paper. You're going to lay it flat over top of the bottom. This is the bottom of the bread. And you're just going to place your hand to support it. You're going to flip it. You're going to take the bowl away and then just use it onto your counter table. You're also going to see just how easy it is to lift that tea towel. It does not stick with that little bit of flour. And also you don't even see any flour residue on the top of your bread dough. I'm going to do a very simple score, just sort of a half moon. That's good. And we're going to carry it over, and I'm just going to plop it into my Dutch oven. So let's do that again. Get that second loaf of bread. Put your little square of parchment over it. Flip it. Get that bowl out of the way. Put that down. There it is. And then gonna just slowly peel away that tea towel, and it's done. I'm gonna score this one a little bit fancy, just so that you can see. I'm gonna put a little half moon, and then we're gonna put a stalk with some leaves. Okay, and then we're gonna put that over there in our coals again, Dutch oven. Now this is totally up to you. Steam does your helps your bread lift a little bit. So if you have a just plain spray bottle of water, you can just give it a little bit more moisture and throw it in there. Again, you wouldn't have steam if these pots were room temperature or not warmed at all. So make sure your oven has come to temperature. We're going to put these in covered for 40 minutes. And then we'll film that stage. And then we're going to take the lid off. And then we're going to cook it for about 15 to 17 more minutes to actually just get that crust really nice and brown. So we're going to stop here, and then we're going to come back to it when we remove the lids.